Bam, we back. Young Zeke TV.
Yeah.
Got a special guest in the building today. My boy BoBo Luchiano. What it do?
What's up, baby? Bobo Luchiano, Triple OG, representing ZTV, man. It's an honor.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hey man, for the people been stuck under a rock, man, just tell them a little bit something about yourself. Don't know.
Y'all know, man. We D-Town, baby. Dallas to the fullest. I mean, from the beginning to now. I'm one of the originators, man, from back in the All Hoarded Del Party days to the Nemesis days. I've seen it all. I done had my run with UGK and Ron C and did my own thing. Dropped the hit record with the Already. Got the city screaming already and back that up with the bitch get up off me featuring UGK. So that's me.
Yes,
That's
sir.
that's me in a nutshell.
There it
Oh,
is.
and I can't forget about the Dirty South Block Party. You know how we did that we did that was very important for the city. Because we was nothing but the South, baby, feeding the city with nothing but hits and hits after hits. Nothing but the South, baby. That's you know, you know.
For sure.
You from Dallas?
Yes, sir.
You remember?
Well, I wasn't born in Dallas. I was born in Los Angeles, but I've been in Dallas since '88, so
Okay, yeah.
most of all of my life. So
Oh yeah, I don't know if you remember the Dirty South Block Party. We had a good little run, man. We helped a lot of local artists out. They would send them to me, and I just play them. Sometimes sight unseen or never heard them, and if it was bumping, I kind of throw it into the rotation, and just trying to help out.
that's right. You was a DJ on
89.3.
89.3 back in that, man. I used to jam that because the
every
radio
Saturday night.
station was playing all the
Bullshit.
yeah. You was playing the locals, man. Yeah,
Yeah, every Saturday night. From 10 to
yes, sir.
midnight.
That's
They
love.
brought the people that was locked up. We had the penitentiary holler. People was writing us. We had the penitentiary pen pal list. We was street, man, real street. You know what I'm talking about?
How did you get into that?
Well, man, I had back from high school, I had a little clique called the Romeos. I went to Skyline. So we was some street niggas.
Already, shout out to Skyline.
Yeah, out the Grove, baby. So we was. I'm out on Cliff. So we was some G niggas, but we like to dress.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody knew us from that. So we started throwing parties. And so I was kind of popular throughout the city because my mama made me grow up. Every time I got ready to go to another school, like I went to R.L. Thornton and Oak Cliff and Singing Hills. Shout out to Singing Hills.
Shout out to Singing Hills.
Yeah,
Already,
baby. And went to Robert L. Thornton, and then so that's the school you was supposed to go to was Bow Story. She said, no, nigga. You ain't going to Bow Story. We're going to send you to Atwell. So I went to Atwell. So, Bow Story fed into South Oak Cliff. And Atwell fed into Carter. So I had friends all at Sock. I had friends all at Carter.
Yeah, because
Plus,
you lived in one area and you went to school in the other.
Yeah.
So
I was
you
very popular at all the schools.
Oh,
and I
really?
went to Skyline.
Oh, you was doing music then?
No, I was playing football.
Football.
I was playing football.
You was just that nigga.
Yeah, I was playing
Yes,
football.
sir.
And then I hurt my leg after JV season.
Mm-hmm.
Hurt my leg, and I decided, man, what am I gonna do? Nigga, I didn't even own a pair of tennis shoes, really. Dress shoes. I was just straight tennis shoes. I was an athlete. And so I started saying, shit, I'm finna get into these girls. So I started dressing fly. But, we was still athlete-ass niggas from Oak Cliff.
That's what niggas used to wear the slacks with the rayon shirts.
Yeah, we used to wear, nigga. Be honest with you, nigga, that's back. You gonna laugh, but that was the first thing of niggas wearing tight jeans. With boots. We used to wear cowboy boots back then.
Yeah. The white boys used to do it in the country.
We used to wear boots back then.
Tight ass jeans.
Cold Hans. Shit. Nigga just anything to be fly. Willie Ware. Nigga don't know nothing about Willie Ware. Willie Ware was this black designer. And he had made it to the heights. To the heights of the fashion industry. You don't know about Willie Ware, do you?
Nah, I never heard of him.
That was Willie Smith. He was so big that he had. I know you know about the King and the Queen of England, right?
Oh, yeah.
Prince had died, the one that died. Right? Well, I remember that wedding. Prince Charles, Mary, and Diana. He designed that dress. That's how big it was.
Oh, man. He large then.
Oh, yeah. So he had little G outfits for niggas in the hood. And it was all player shit. I'm talking about.
Okay.
You had Willie Ware on. You had some shit, but it was urban. it was areas for niggas in the hood, really, you know. So it really was club clothes, and when you was, you know, kind of like Morris Day. Piece of Morris Day at the time, you know, baggies, you know, that type of shit. So we was trying to be fly, but we was.
This was in the early 80s,
These in the
mid
80s. Yeah, right as crack is hitting, 82.
Right.
And so, you know, I started DJing. You know, we was throwing parties around town, and the parties was hitting.
Well, now that's what I was gonna ask you. What got you into DJing?
That's what I'm saying. I was throwing parties.
Oh, you were throwing the parties?
I was throwing these parties, and I was with this dude, man. This dude, I don't even want to mention the nigga name, but the nigga fucked me. You know what I'm saying? So the nigga name was Michael Cormier. You know, he was part of the group. He had some speakers, him and his brother, that they wasn't using. They was called the French Connection. So he knew I was popular pretty much everywhere. I went out to North Texas and everything, and had built a big reputation. I said, man, let's just start throwing parties. So we started throwing these parties, man. And I said, I can help you DJ. Teach me how to DJ. So the nigga taught me how to DJ. And so the first party we threw, they used to throw parties at the Redbird Armory. You know, that motherfucker hold like 2,000 people, right? So we in there, man, and that's back when Snake and Big Al was doing their thing.
Yeah, that's
so I knew them.
Yeah.
I knew them from the streets, you know, because I had already met Al. Right. I had already been kicking it with them up in Canada.
This before they took off?
No, they was on Canada.
They was already.
Yeah, it was before Nemesis, though. It was before Nemesis. So I went to, I'm going to show you how God worked in my life, right? So I do that. We doing parties. We do it like it's a fraternity. We go back to Skyline after we graduate, and we play at some more little young niggas. And we call them the little brothers.
Right.
So they Romeos with Skyline's backing. One of the teachers called me and said, "Hey, won't you bring that Romeo shit back the way y'all was doing it?" Yeah. We came back and we pledged them.
Yeah, I got it crunk.
Yeah, we pledged them, and it was players. So we threw once they crossed over. We threw a party for them at Redbird Armory. And it happened to be the same night Snake and Big Al and them throwing a party. And it was over there by Commons Gym. It was in Commons Gym, you know. So, and they parties was packed. If they having a party, you can't have no party that night. And it was after Carter Kimball basketball game, right? You know, South Dallas Super Bowl. I mean, Oak Cliff Super Bowl. Well, this is basketball. And so that's back when you print out flyers, you draw flyers up, print out flyers, and it was like, you know, $3 to get in. So
all y'all was in y'all 19, early 20s, 19?
No, 19. 18, 19.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so we threw this party. And that motherfucking party, bro, I knew it was crunk. Around by midnight when I saw Big Al walking through the crowd. It was packed. It's packed in this hole, my nigga. I'm talking about packed in this bitch. And I saw Big Al walking through our party when they got a party going on across town.
Oh.
I said, oh shit, we got something.
Yeah.
We got something. So
he come to check out the competition.
I went from DJing. So then Al and them, so you know, we did a couple of parties together. Me DJing, they DJing. They helped me with my skills, my DJ skills. Then the dude, my partner, went off to college, left all the equipment with me. And that was Michael Cormier. I had been buying records and all this old shit. He went out to Prairie View, right? When the nigga went out to Prairie View, he left the equipment at my house. And all of a sudden, because he said he really wasn't into the DJing like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was all me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was really his brother. But then when his brother, you know, kind of got out of it, we got it back crunk based on my popularity in the Romeo thing. You had
more of a passion for it than they did.
Yeah. So he left the shit at my house. We gonna continue the Romeo shit. And all of a sudden he get it wrong. You know, after we had it at the crib probably about 2-3 months, he called and said, man, I'm coming get the shit. And then we can just bounce it back and forth. I said, okay, no problem. And so he took all my records I had been buying, you know, shit that my cousin, DJ Philly Field from the East Coast, had been sending me like these unheard of remixes that one of a kind that you can't get nowhere else ever.
Yeah,
and
built your collection.
Bro, that I used to play these songs at the party, and that shit, niggas used to be like, where you get that fucking shit from? It was shit that you could hear, but it was like a remix of shit that they had done on the East Coast. He took all my shit. And then one day he said he wasn't coming back.
He moved?
He was at Prairie View in college.
Oh.
And so, you got to realize, this is before cell phones. This is before beepers. This is right when beepers is just now taking off.
Mm-hmm.
The dope game is really just,
mm-hmm.
This is 1988. I'm talking about 87, 88.
Yeah, he had to call. You had to accept the call. Ain't no just
collect.
calling.
Exactly. You have to call long distance.
Right.
You have to dial one, then the number. You know what I'm saying?
They say collect call from such and such.
That nigga say he wasn't coming back. I said, well, bro, what about my records? At least give me my records, because I can go DJ on any equipment. Because what happened was Snake and them had gravitated toward me. Because they already knew me. They felt more comfortable with me. I was the G nigga in the crew. You know what I'm saying? And they wanted me to be down with them, but keep the Romeo shit going, kind of merge the party shit. And so that's how I became real close with Snake. So and the nigga said one thing to me, my nigga, and I never forget. Because nigga say I got a memory like an elephant. You know what I mean? I just talked to my cousin today. He said, bro, I don't know how you just remember all this shit. It's just a gift. But the nigga said something to me. This is in, how long ago was 88? Shit, 30-some years ago.
That's when I moved to Dallas. Yeah.
30-some years ago. Yeah. I said, what about my records? You know what that nigga said to me? That nigga said, nigga, you got these records from money you made DJing on my system. I looked at the phone like that, my nigga, with fire in my eyes. I just hung up the phone. Man. And that was the last time I ever talked to that nigga.
So that's how he justified it, taking the records from
taking my records, man.
Oh man.
That I had been helping moving equipment, setting up equipment, breaking down equipment, promoting parties. Then we were shutting shit down. Then we threw a party one time where the paddy wagon showed up. There was too many niggas there. Yeah. Too many people. We had a party one time where it was supposed to be in one spot and the spot fizzed out on us. We had 1 week. We had been promoting for a month. We had 1 week to switch the spot and promote for that. And I was scared that it wasn't going to work. My nigga. And I mean, it was just at a large spot to where we could have just kept going and making money.
Right.
And I flipped that into doing music. So,
I never heard of them dudes you talking about, but we know about you, so it seems like everything worked out in your favor.
Exactly, because we was kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was right when rapping started bubbling. Really wasn't no big time rappers in Dallas. Now, I'm going to take it to the next story. I told you I went out to North Texas, right? I'm off in North Texas. This is how God works. I already know Snake and Al. I'm affiliated with them through KNON. So, one sector of my life, I tell you how my mama did me, move me around from school to school.
Right.
Well, another sector of my life was when every time I would befriend somebody, they would move away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I ended up being a loner throughout life because of that. But one of the guys that was my best friend from Singing Hills that moved away was named Johnny Rogers. I ain't seen him since like the 2nd or 3rd grade till I get to North Texas. Johnny Rogers at North Texas, right?
Yeah.
So Johnny
One
Rogers,
of your childhood
friends. Nigga, what's up, player? So something happened to my roommate to where I ended up having my own room at North Texas. So you got twin beds. I pushed the beds together, tied the legs. I got a king size now.
Yeah.
Room by myself. Room 747. I'll never forget Kerr Hall. That's the player hall. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know about Kerr Hall in the 80s. It's still probably the most popular dorm right now. So anyway, it was always a dude with them. See, I found out Johnny had gone to school in like the Richardson, Burton, Lake Highlands area. They had moved to North Dallas, in other words. I said, okay. So it was a dude with them that was kind of a little skinny kid. He had braces and shit. And he was always rapping. And I loved rap. I loved music. And I was like, this nigga, the only nigga, he stood out because he was always rapping, always freestyling. So I got this room for about 2 or 3 months by myself, and Johnny approached me. He said, "Say, man, my buddy, his name was we call him Gino. He said Gino's room, his housing has fallen through. Can you help him? Can he move in with you?" I'm like, "I like the nigga. I love music. We got something in common. He moved in with me. We get to talking. This nigga said, okay, I'm from HP, Hamilton Park. I said, oh, you from the hood? You ain't no sport, I know about Hamilton Park. Yeah, so he ain't no square nigga. He like music. Then the nigga say, you know Snake and Big Al? Yeah, I know Snake and Big Al. Well, I'm in a group called Something Fresh, right? And Snake and Big Al and them are working with us, and we're their rappers. They're official rappers. I said, oh, well, that's cool. That's cool. And so, you know, every 2-3 weeks, well, I take that back, every month or two or so, you might sneak home. You know what I'm saying? I go up to the radio station or some bullshit like that. And then one time I went up there, yeah, and they was up there. And so Something Fresh, the rappers from Something Fresh became Nemesis.
Yeah.
They switched they merged with All Holiday Del Party and changed their name to Nemesis. And they did the songs Oak Cliff, the original Oak Cliff song. They did the original Last Night song, which was the song with all the bass.
That passion.
Yeah, my
boom,
God.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, that's Snake. That's Snake.
Yeah,
exactly.
That was my shit.
And then that's what they got their record, their deal on, the Profile Records. But then they switched that song up, just the bass pattern of it, and they changed it to Munchies for Your Bass. And Snake was sneaking around.
They was big back then.
Snake, my brother, he was sneaking around, being a producer. You know what I'm saying? He had found this kid that was going to Samuel. All right, we from Oak Cliff, South Dallas area, and he was working in my hood. Ray Charles Field had opened up. What's up, Ray Charles? Welcome home, baby. Ray Charles.
Shout out to Ray Charles.
Yeah, Ray Charles had opened up a audio and security. It was like one of the first nice audio and security businesses in Oak Cliff. You know what I'm saying? And they were hooking up systems, alarms, putting tin on your car, that type of shit. And so it was right there on Laurel and Redbird, right before you got into Singing Hills, right there by Houston School Road.
Yeah.
And so I would, I could walk up there from my house, and I go there, Snake up there. And one time Snake had this S10 Blazer, and he said, man, I've been working on. I met this little cat, man. I've been working on some shit, right? He put the cassette in before CDs. Put the cassette in, and boom, boom, suck my dick, boom, boom, suck my dick. Creeping down the street in my Nissan truck. You know what that is?
Run C.
I said,
man, I remember.
What the fuck is this shit, Snake? Yeah. It was totally different than the BC was making for Nemesis.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to this. He play another song, good to go. I was like, what is this shit, Snake?
Say, man, you know what? That's funny because around that time frame you saying, that was in '88 when I first moved to Dallas.
Yes.
And I stayed on Hillburn.
Yep.
And you know, Run C, I guess he from this area.
He from the Grove.
And he used to come through in the little drop great trucks, you know, and everybody, that's Run C, that's Run. And that was in '88.
And I'm gonna give y'all a history lesson. Run C, because he's from California originally, as a kid, he still had that California in him. Still talked a little proper.
Yeah.
And so he brought that car culture to Dallas, and he was the first person in Dallas with a set of Dayton's. Nobody knows. Yeah, he was first. So
Run C.
Yeah, Run
Shout out to Run C, man.
Yeah. So this is a good history lesson.
Yeah.
So back then we were DJing at the clubs. I got a shout out to my man Jamie and my man Lil Keith and Tony Knight. That's when they were first. This before Jamie's Rhythms. This before Park Avenue. This before Lakeside. This before anything. They had just gotten into the club management business, and one of the dudes had let them have Savoy, right, which was right in the front parking lot of Redbird Mall, and they switched the name to Dallas Nights. And so Snake, Big Al, and Casanova Rock were DJing up there on the weekend, Fridays and Saturdays, killing it. Everybody remember Dallas Nights, killing it. And man, one time we had to run on the club because it ain't open during the week really. So we could come up there, and we were serious about our crowd. Nemesis would go up there if we had a show. They would go up there and rehearse. You know what I mean? And so they get up on the DJ booth and they turn on the instrumentals and they rap down on the stage and stuff.
And they practice on it.
Practicing. And so one time we were doing that, and Ron was doing his practice. So I grabbed the other mic. And because he was up there by himself, and all them had groups, 2 or 3 niggas. So I start being, just accenting his last words and making this shit funk. He said, "Man, I like that shit. I'm gonna hire you as my hype man."
Oh, you had that. You got yourself in the dough already.
Just like that. I'm gonna let you be my hype man. And so y'all know he had that case pending. You know what I'm saying? He had already been caught, hustling, and I don't want to mention what family was in, but you can pretty much understand what family if you've been paying attention to the interview that I'm saying. So he got caught up, and the case was pending. Him and Dave, and then they ended up getting 20 years. And that was
I remember Run C went to jail.
Yeah, that was the first album. That was the See Ya album.
That's about one of the first rappers I ever known to go to jail.
That was
me.
I'm trying to tell you, he was pretty
for real
before it was trendy. Before that was a trendy thing to do.
Real.
And he was the first person I know that when he got out, he had that buzz of being that rapper because that album sold 200-some thousand copies before he got out of jail. With really no video. They shot a video in New York with some niggas, people we don't even know, to do that dance. But down here what was bubbling was South Dallas Drop.
The South Dallas Drop.
And he wasn't even on the song. You know who was on that song?
Who was on that?
Me and Snake.
Oh, yeah?
That was me.
Oh,
Snake. Yeah.
I didn't know that, man. Yeah. I never knew you was on South Dallas Drop.
Yeah, that's me and Snake. Take off your top. Take off your top. South Dallas Drop. Drop.
Already.
Drop. Yeah, that's me. That's me and Snake. He just put some effects on our voice.
There goes some more history, y'all.
That's some more history. So we when he got out, the buzz was so fucking large on Ron C because he was popular. Then he just became like a street legend because he had been. In other words, he was solidified street.
Ron C was hot.
Because people knew what he had gone to jail for, and then controversy sells. You know what I'm saying? So he do that. He comes out. He does 2 years. Comes out. We start working on Back on the Street. Back on the Street album. So we doing that, man, and it's fire. The album comes together great. He's still on Profile Record. So Profile has signed Nemesis and Run C. Okay? And so they really were outside of Mad Flavor. Shout out to my man Cole Chris, Mad Flavor, and all my boys over there. They were pretty much the first major label act out of Dallas. And then Run C at the same time they signed their contracts on the same day. And so we got a picture of that, and it's a beautiful picture. But anyway, they did that, and I'm there right there on the picture, a historical picture. I'm gonna get a picture of that, man, and keep that. Somebody I know has that picture. I gotta have that in my collection.
Yeah, man, send that to me, man.
Man, that's a hell of a picture. Remind me to show you another picture of this story I'm about to tell you. Okay. And so before we leave, it'll blow your fucking mind. And so we ended. This is the story I'm about to tell you now. So we traveling back on the street album. We get hired to do booked to do the Shorty the Pimp tour. So we doing the Shorty the Pimp tour. We got all these dates, and we really killing it. Ron just hit me about a time. I don't want to talk about what he said, but he said that I helped him out so much on the show on one of those dates. I think we was in Little Rock, Arkansas. And man, when I say we killed it, I'm talking that was before you couldn't just walk back and forth and rap. Only person that could do that, my nigga, only rapper I know that could just sit back and walk back and forth and do nothing was Too Short.
Yeah.
And still kill it.
Yeah, because they just want to hear that.
And still kill it.
Bitch. I'm turned too short, coming straight from.
Oh, yeah.
He got that voice.
Blow Dog Betty and Freaky Tales and all that back then. And so he had did we was on that Shorty the Pimp tour with that In the Trunk and all that old shit, man. It's going good. It's supposed to be Ron C. It's supposed to be Too Short and Spice One. But in each one of these cities, it's a lot more stars on the bill. And so one of the cities we went to, we was in Lafayette, Louisiana. And we was in Lafayette, Louisiana. We did sound check. Everything was fine. We cool with everybody at this time. But this is like our third or fourth show. And so they give us this dressing room. This dressing room is huge. And everybody's happens to just be, everybody got their own dressing room, but me and Ron and I'm the manager Rich, we got our own dressing room, and everybody's in our dressing room. And we just chop it up, drinking, blowing, and wondering why the motherfucking concert promoter being funny with the money. Why he ain't coming with that bread? You know what I'm saying? What's taking so long? And in comes Bun and Pimp.
So this is how you meet Pimp C.
Yeah, I had already seen them at a show in Dallas. That's okay. I saw him, didn't see him. I say how because I felt like we stars at that time. Right. I'm not looking down on them.
Right.
I'm just like
hey, they up and coming.
But I know them.
Yeah.
But I like their music.
Right.
And I like their style. But to me, they was just like. Yeah, like you just said, they was up and coming. That's a good word for it. I feel like I had put in a lot of work.
Right.
And then they told us they had signed the Jive, and they were going to record their album in Dallas for the second album. I said, okay, so I started going over there, kicking it with them, and the situation happened that I used to mention in fucking interviews. I don't mention it no more. I'm gonna put it in my book. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something dealing with a friendship that was a tight friendship that broke had a strain on it. I ain't gonna say it broke up, but you know how men are. We don't never really. We ain't like women. Women will fall out with a woman and be like, fuck that hoe for life. You know what I'm saying? But me, I was like, that's my nigga. But I just can't fuck with him right now. And I'm pretty sure you felt the same way about me. And so, but now we back like this. So because that's how God works, right? So a situation happened. Chad noticed it, pulled me to the side, and said, hey man, we'll offer me a job to become their hype man. And so I became UGK's hype man for about 2.5 years. And that's how that works. So,
okay. Yeah. That's how you got in with Bun and Pimp.
That's how I got in with Bun and Pimp.
And y'all grew a special bond, man, because
you have to realize
I could tell Pimp love you, man.
That was believe it or not, we were pretty much best friends. I mean, because everybody knew it. Mama knew it. Bun knew it. Yeah. But a lot of people don't want to acknowledge. Some people don't want to acknowledge because Chad is the type of person, once he gets around you, I mean, he had a special energy to where he gonna make you feel like, that's my motherfucking nigga. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And next time he see you, he gonna know your name, treat you with the same shit. Yeah. Y'all might even talk on the phone.
No matter who around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then y'all might talk on the phone a couple times.
Yeah.
Y'all might, click up a couple times.
Real nigga shit, man. This type of nigga I am.
Yeah, and then the nigga be like, that's my boy. But you'll be boys with everybody that he know. But that person may feel like he's Chad's best friend. But they don't know the shit that I know. They don't know the stuff, the ups and downs, the sleeping on the floors, the fights in the club. They don't know none of that, and never went through none of that we had to go through. I did an interview the other day, and I was telling them that, see, pre-prison UGK, that was the gangster. That was the
pimp.
Gangster.
The gangster pimp.
Well, it was, think about all the shit they was talking about. You know what I mean? Selling hubbers. You know what I'm saying? And short Texas and Pimp C, bitch. So, cocaine in the back of the ride, Right. And so those are the kind of clubs and the crowds that we would be around. So it was gangster. I'm talking about fights and shootings and stabbings and all kind of shit that we witnessed. And then once Big Pimpin' came out, he kind of, you can see every album he kind of got more and more into character of the Pimp C. Yes.
The pimp came out, the jewelry and the say, bitch.
Oh yeah. Because believe it or not, it's funny because me and him talk, man. And I take it as this: once we got out of our shell, because we were living in Port Arthur. We were living in Port Arthur, and then we would go out and be stars. You know what I mean? And in Port Arthur, everybody knew who we were, knew who I was, knew Pimp and Bun. That's UGK. But they didn't treat them like, oh my God. But when we go out, that's the feeling we get. But then when they decide to move away, when Pimp moved to Atlanta and started maneuvering around, a lot of people thought he was a pimp, bro.
Yeah.
A real pimp, because he was, speaking that shit. And then once he got hooked up with Magic
Don
Juan
and Pimp King,
they would teach him. They were teaching them that shit because he wasn't violating the game. He was giving game, but wasn't violently giving up too much game. Right. And so they respected that, and he never really proclaimed to be a real pimp. And then he came to them with. They
let him in the church for a little.
Exactly. If you teach me, I'll never violate the game. Nigga, Pimp had the. I got the picture. He had the pimping card, the official. They had him in the clique. So, and never pimped a day in his life.
Pimp C.
Pimp motherfucking C.
But well, the way he described it, it's different ways of pimping. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to pimp a bitch. You ain't got to pimp a. He talked about it. You can pimp on a nigga. You can pimp a situation.
He was good at it. The nigga was a shrewd businessman.
Yeah.
At a very, very, very young age. So, and in hindsight, you didn't recognize it. But now that we're adults, you're like, that boy was 8, man. That's fun.
He's ahead of his time, man.
That nigga used to kidnap the records, man. That nigga used to record the albums and then see him drive a cassette and be like, damn, this shit jamming. Send us the reels. Nah. Send me some more money.
Yeah. He teasing the shit out of them.
He done took their money to record it. We up here blowing their budget, on studio time, weed, Pizza Hut, everything, man. We kids. We kids, man. I'm like 23. You know what I'm saying? So I was the oldest in the clique. I'm 23, them niggas like, I think Bomb was 19, Pimp was 18. Nigga, we around here doing what a 23-year-old oldest nigga in the clique could do. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine. And so I had a little bit more, fuck with them. Taking them out through Oak Cliff and Cliff Club, 2 pesos and all that. So I acclimated them to the city pretty tough. So they know Dallas. They know the ins and outs and outs of Dallas. So it was a beautiful thing.
Yeah. I seen Pimp show. He showed Dallas love.
I love because back then, Dallas was their #1 market. They blew up in Dallas. Mm-hmm. They started in Houston, and then Dallas has always been their #1 market. And then they started battling between Dallas and Atlanta. So, but all over the world, I don't care. They would sell records everywhere, but Dallas was #1 for them. And we did more shows in Louisiana than anywhere, but Dallas was #1 for UGK. And every time we did a show here, it was electric. I mean, fucking electric, bro.
So when did Bobo say, man, I'm gonna do me out?
Well, when I in between Super Tight, we were traveling a lot, right? Mm-hmm. Doing shows. I mean, we were doing 3-4 shows a week, but eventually, after a year and a half of touring off the same album, shows slow down. Mm-hmm. They go from 3 to 4 a week to 2 a week. Then they go from 2 a week to 1 a week. And next thing you know, you every other week with a show. So next thing you know, I go get me a gig. I've always worked, square gigs.
You gotta keep some for show money coming in.
Yeah, I had moved. I was living with Pimp. Then I got my own place in Port Arthur, and which happened to be right there by the mall. So I'm walking back and forth from Sears.
So you moved to Port Arthur?
Yeah, because they were flying me to wherever they were.
Yeah.
So they was like if I got a show in Atlanta, they're gonna fly Bobo to meet them in Atlanta, and they gonna catch another flight. And one time it just became, because it was a show that was on Thanksgiving. Never forget. And so I got to fly out on Thanksgiving Day. Well, I take that back, it's the day before Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. We had a show on day before Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving Day, but my flight is on that day before Thanksgiving. So this was like probably about my 5th show. So I go down to Little Field. They say the tickets out there waiting at the ticket desk.
At the airport. They waiting on you.
Bro, it's mass hysteria because it's a holiday. Nobody's thinking like this. We kids. Mm-hmm. I get there and it's a standby ticket.
Oh, yeah, you got to be on time.
Bro, and I'm standing there waiting from like 8 o'clock, from probably about 7 o'clock to about 8:30, just standing there by the booth. The lady calling names, and at the last minute, she said, "Baby, you could go." And I jumped on that plane, bro. Got in Houston just in enough time for somebody to catch me at the airport. I really didn't get a chance to change clothes. I had to rap. I had to get on stage and be the hype man in the clothes that. In other words, it was too close of a call.
Right.
Make a long story short.
Straight from the airport to the show.
Yes. And I told him, I said, man, we're not gonna chance that no more. I'll just move my shit down there, and I'll make it work some kind of way. And that's how I went. I was in Puerto Rico for a year, and so and when I was leaving, he said, "Oh boy, he was always see." Chad was the kind of dude. I learned this about Chad that I didn't know, that he'll help you as long as you're doing something.
You got to, yeah.
He ain't finna do it for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to see you helping yourself.
Yes. In other words, he knew I could write, but I wasn't as a prolific writer as him and Bun. You know what I mean?
Right.
He knew that he was gonna produce the beats, but he wanted me to take initiative and come, Pimp, check this rap out. Give me something for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was more down there in hustle mode. Well, I was down there in hustle mode. You know, Port Arthur was the first city I went to where everybody smoked weed. You know what I'm saying? And we could, I ain't gonna discriminate myself, but I was in hustle mode.
Hey, man, they can't go dig back 30 years ago when you was a teenage, man.
Yeah, we buying quarter pounds and rolling Swissels, and they were the first person I seen sell. We weren't selling sweets.
Selling sweets, man. That's why I saw them. When niggas in H-Town started that.
With
that area.
Yeah, that's what Swisser House.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They had Swisser houses down there. I was like, we ain't got this shit in Dallas.
Man, I had learned that game from H-Town. Exactly. I started with $60 back in the day, bought an ounce of weed.
Yep.
By the time the end of that weekend, 3 days, I had $800 and something. My nigga was like, damn. I was like, that's that H-Town. Them sweets was rolling.
With a zip in my sock.
Yeah.
All with about 100 blunts.
Yeah.
Sold out in that hole. I never moved out of one spot.
Hey,
in Port Arthur.
I believe you.
In Port Arthur, my nigga. And so, but that's the old BoBo. That's the old BoBo.
Hey,
you know, that's
we all got a pass.
Yeah, we all got a pass. You know, that's back when I was a hustler. So, you know, my kids gonna see this. They don't know this about their daddy, but you know, you the first I'm telling this to. You got some exclusives.
Already, man.
So, just coming out my shell. Anyway, yeah, we did all that, and he told me, he said, "Man, I want you to go back to Dallas, man, get something going. That's our city, BoBo." And I was like, "Okay." Yeah. He said, "Do something for UGK, and we're gonna come back together and pop that hole." And I said, "Okay. What can I do?" And so when I got back to Dallas, the first thing I did was there was a dude on the radio station. He's pretty big. His name was KK Holiday.
I remember that name, KK Holiday.
Because he became big because once he left Dallas, he was the VJ on MTV. You remember?
Oh yeah, that's where I was. KK Holiday.
So when KK Holiday came to Dallas, he was just brand new to the city. You know, nothing about Dallas, and I happened to be up there at the K104. And I introduced myself, I was like, "Man, you want an intro?" He said, "Yeah, give me an intro." And I gave the nigga an intro to where I rapped on that hoe.
Yeah.
And it was, so he played that for the first, I'd say he played that for probably about 5-6 months. You know what I mean?
For his intro.
So people got to hear my name and my voice.
All right.
And it was jamming. And then, so that's when he took off and went to another city. And the next nigga that came took that 6 to 10 slot. See, that 6 to 10 spot was serious for Dallas. Right. And that's where the Greg Street.
Yes. 6 o'clock. It's time for Street to rock.
So this was after Greg Street. Greg Street had just moved back to Atlanta. KK Holiday. Then the next nigga that came out was a dude that we had done a show in when I was on the road with UGK in Monroe, Louisiana. He was the 6 to 10 jock in Monroe, Louisiana. Well, now he's here. He's like Bebe.
Yeah.
In
Bebe was at KMJJ.
In Shreveport.
I remember when he was down there.
Jabba Jaws.
Jabba Jaws.
What's up, Jabba Jaws?
Yeah.
Boy,
Shout out to Jabba Jaws.
Yeah, Daddy O, all them boys. Yeah, I know them. And so they who am I talking about? what's my nigga name? Broadway Joe. His name was Broadway Joe. Broadway Joe get that 6 to 10 spot. Hey, Broadway Joe. Yeah. It's your boy. I'm the only nigga in Dallas that he know. So I'm like, what was the boy named? C-Dog. Remember C-Dog for Greg Street? Greg Street had a nigga that was from Dallas that was always with him, C-Dog. And that was his nigga. C-Dog became famous for being with Greg Street. Shout out to C-Dog. I ain't seen that nigga no man. What's up, C-Dog? I know he's still doing his thing though. But anyway, I was basically that for him. Of course, I did him a couple more. I did him an intro. It rolled for about 6-7 months. Did him another intro. So I was the intro nigga. So that's how niggas got to hear me rap. Then Big Al from Nemesis got in touch with me. He said, "Hey man, I'm doing a record, man. Can you help me put this record together?" I knew he wasn't a writer because I had written some stuff for him on one of the Nemesis albums, the Alibaba and the 40 Ounce Sleeves. And so once he knew I could write, so I did that, intros and everything, and started working on the Big Al album. And once I did that album, we started coming up with some nice songs, man. We was recording down here at Dub One Studio, which was above the Longhorn Ballroom. Well, I take it back. It was in the Longhorn Ballroom. That restaurant Raoul's, it was upstairs above it.
In that building up under the,
So the restaurant, as soon as you turn the Longhorn Ballroom, that restaurant Raoul's was right there. And you could walk up them stairs and walk across that top. You remember? And then go walking. It was some white boys living up in there. Steve Powell. And so everybody knows Steve Powell. So Steve Powell was helping us out, man. And we was coming up with some shit. And the last song we did, my life is like this. I'm telling you how God worked. The last song we did, just like the last song we did on Run C was South Dallas Drop, was Already. So we did Already. I came up with Already because I heard a couple people say it in Houston. It wasn't widespread. So I said, okay, I'm going to do a song called Already, wrote the hook, got with my nigga that was in my little brother group called Triple OC, and he rapped with me. And man, everybody said, that's the one. That's the one right there. So we put that motherfucker on K104. I forgot who was even the DJ on K104 then. Who broke it for it? It might have been
Skip.
No, it might have still been my boy. And he played that song, and then once it caught on, it was in full rotation. We ended up getting a deal through South by Southwest based on Already. And it was a big Hispanic DJ on KNON at that time called Felony.
Felony. I remember that name.
He did the remix. Yeah, so our God is working like this in my life, bro. And so I'm like, okay, so we do that. And so
you left Pimp them and created your own buzz.
My own lane.
Yeah.
And so by that time, this guy approaches me about putting us. I'm seeking some producers, ID boys. Come on, man, see my vision. I got a movie going. And so I get a dude. He come. Contact with Pimp. This is the second time this has happened. Pimp come to Dallas, and we they exchange. He give me money for the studio time. We go back to Dub One. So we're working on my album now, and so this is one of the first 2 songs we was doing. So Pimp is in there. First we're in my house selecting samples, and so we take the sample we go to the studio. He pull out his equipment. He making the track, standing up. The bitch get up off me track, right? Damn, I messed up. I like to hit punchlines. So anyway, he making this track, and the dude never show up. Never show up to pay for the studio time. So Chad said, "Man, fuck that nigga, man," and woo. And
the beat was originally for another nigga.
It was for me.
It was for you.
But the dude was supposed to come pay for the studio time. We were going to do more than one song.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Chad was going to produce a few songs on my album. He was going to be the main producer on my solo album. Yeah. This was the first of that. And this is the first studio session. He was going to be down here for a minute producing this album. And so once he found out the dude that flaked on him, this is the second time a dude that done that to me. And he was, damn, BoBo, you can just have that beat, BoBo. Fuck it. Free of charge. You my nigga. Yeah. So I sat on that beat
for love.
About 2 years. Then once I told him I was ready to record it, that's what we came up with.
Bitch, get up off me, man. That was a hit, man. Yeah, man, they played in the clubs and bang. I done had good times off that, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Somebody said something to me the other day. Well, about a year ago, I said the other day, and I believe, unless it's unreleased, you got people who did songs with Pimp in Dallas. You got some people who did songs with Bun in Dallas. I was the only one that did songs with UGK.
Yeah.
I got 3 songs with UGK. One is bitch gonna follow me. The other one is Stop Playing With Yourself. Y'all can go to my YouTube page, BoBo Luchiano on YouTube. You know, yeah. Y'all can see that. Hear that song, and it's a banger. Yeah, and then I got one that my brother got, that Just Snake, that's gonna come out on his album.
Oh, it's Unheard.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, we got some Unheard Pimp.
Unheard Pimp, Unheard Bun.
Yeah, y'all be on the lookout. Y'all go subscribe to my boy page and be on the lookout for that Unheard Pimp.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that for me. Appreciate that.
For sure.
Yeah, so that's how I got into the music. And then right at that same time, it's how God worked. I happened to we were promoting the Already song, right? Mm-hmm. And we go to KNON, right? So I see some people I know at KNON. Mm-hmm. It's all about relationships, bro.
Yeah, that's why you don't burn bridges. You got to cross back over.
Yeah, I see some people I know. It's a young lady I know. Well, one of the guys Snake had did a group, had done some production for. This group was called the D Crew. Mm-hmm. And Eddie Mack from Louisiana was one of the rappers in D Crew. He had introduced me to Louisiana Red, who had a show on KNON, and like blues. They had blues shows. Well, I can't believe, oh God, Lord forgive me. And if she see this, a female had a similar type show on a different day. So the day we show up, it happens to be her day. I know her, you know, because introduction, hey, this both ways. And I say, I just so happened to mention, man, I wonder why they ain't got no good, street rap shows on here, you know. And she say, guess what? They just hired a station manager 2 days ago, and he's a brother. He said, I'll walk you in there and talk to him right now.
Oh, that was love.
Bro, she walked me and Al in there, and we talked to him. And he said, come with a sound check tape. We went to where there was the first hip-hop gear back when niggas used to wear hip-hop. Well, like these stores now. The first one in Dallas was called Fat Gear, and it was right next to Dallas Nights, right in front of Redbird Mall. We knew the dude that owned that store. Shout out to Derek Henderson. D-Hen, what's up, baby?
Redbird, man. Redbird used to be lit back in the day.
What kind of wisdom?
Man.
Come on, man. Pizzazz, the car wash.
I'm trying to tell you.
That was like
Glendale, all that, man. Man, you gotta know to know, man. If you don't know, you don't know.
That was the Cliff, Keystone Polk, all that, baby.
Yeah.
So we did our sound check tape inside Fat Gear, keeping it hip hop. Took it back up there, and it took probably about 5 or 6 months before he responded, gave us the show, and then it was Big Al, it was myself, and my wife. My current wife now. She was in high school at that time, Jazzy K. And so we were doing it. DJ Fish showed up. He was just answering phones. And so Al, that Already song was so bubbling, and he had got a relationship with the people at South by Southwest because of the Already song and the Big Al featuring BoBo. The name of that album was Ghetto Stories. Big Al featuring BoBo. Okay? Yeah. And because I was on every song. Yeah. I wrote all Al points, and I produced all the songs.
Big Al.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Big Al, man.
Yeah, I remember Big Al.
Yeah, shout out to my man Rakim Al-Jabbar, man. And that's his son. He's a beast in the streets, on that music. And you check him out.
Did Big Al make beats?
No, Snake made all the beats. Oh. Snake made all the beats. Al was one of the money men, and he was a hustler, and he was just DJ, and then he turned into one of the rappers. But he didn't write his rhymes, so but he could perform them like a motherfucker.
Perform like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was a stageman. He was a good stageman, man. So what part was we on? Al had gotten a relationship. I can't think of the guy's name right now. Guillory is his last name, I believe. Down in South by Southwest before they closed, and of course they talked him into revamping the Nemesis name, and it didn't have Snake on it, and it didn't have anybody on it. So Al went got, rest in peace to Mabuda. He went got a couple of more guys, got Southwest to cut him a bunch, and they put together a Nemesis album. So and so he kind of dropped off the scene from the radio show because he was doing that.
Yeah.
He said, man, I can't be here every weekend because they had a song that had popped, and it was in Shreveport, and they was pretty much in Shreveport down there every fucking week. They was in Shreveport so much that I think they had to get an apartment down there. They was down. Yeah, I'm talking about down there every week. They was paying them to perform that song. It was that big of a song in Shreveport. And so rest in peace, Big Al. Like I said again, that was my brother. That's where he passed away, and doing a show in Shreveport. And so the show fell in my lap, so I revamped it, named it the Dirty South Block Party with BoBo in them. We went from what you heard.
Yeah, man. You had it lit back then, man.
I had that bitch rolling.
It was different.
I promoted Fish, so myself, BoBo Luchiano, DJ Fish, Jazzy K, and we rolled that motherfucker, and then Jazzy K went off to.
It only came on at a certain time at night, right?
Saturdays, every Saturday from 10 to midnight.
Yeah,
2 hours a week. Baby.
Yeah, and I was waiting on it. Man, I'm telling you, I was waiting on it, man.
We was playing the Pookie and the Luchis. We was playing. DSR broke on my station.
Oh yeah,
DSR broke on my station. What's up, George Lopez?
Shout out
What's
to George.
Man? DJ Curious. DJ Curious was the one that bought DSR to me first.
Yeah.
DJ Curious. He went to Skyline. He bought DSR to me first, and I played some songs by them. I don't know how George got involved, but somehow George got involved, and no more DJ Curious, but that's some history for you too.
Yeah, man. And I think it should be something like that right now going on. Because that, like you said, that broke DSRs and it gave recognition to a lot of local artists.
I was the first one to play Oak Cliff. That's my hood. I broke that.
And Greg Street do that on a bigger level, and that's why Atlanta
got. He really do it for Dallas though.
I don't think they would let him. I think that's why they left.
Let him. The dude had the power.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Those years were detrimental to Dallas hip hop.
Yeah.
And I kind of blame, I ain't trying to start no flack or no beef with nobody.
Right.
But I blame.
You just speaking how you feel.
It was 3 guys from Alabama. They're all 3. One of them I loved to death was some of my man Mel the Mac. Remember Mel the Mac?
I heard of the name.
K104, 97.9.
Mel the Mac.
Mel the Mac. Yeah, he was big time our personality. And but he came. They all was on the same radio station in Alabama, Mobile, and they all came here. And that's Skip Cheatham and Greg Street. Those 3, but those 2, they controlled. They had the power to help Dallas. When Greg Street first got here, the first time he came from Houston, and he was so much on that Houston tip. He was the first person that was playing drops on the radio. Hey man, I'm BoBo Luchiano. I'm down with. Nobody was doing that till Greg Street got here. 6 o'clock time for Greg Street to rock.
Yeah.
And then he had them drops, but it was all Scarface, Big Mike, Willie D. It was all Houston artists, and basically Pimp, Bun, all that stuff. Nobody from Dallas. Right. He had the power to do that, and the power to blow somebody up. Skip was the program director for how many years?
Oh, some years. Probably at least a good 10.
They didn't want to. They told me no to Biscuit about me. They said no to Biscuit about me, brother. In 97.9, Marie Kelly, shout out to Marie Kelly. Yeah. Marie Kelly put it in full rotation.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought I heard it on the radio.
And then I'm going to tell you what happened.
It wasn't K104, huh?
No, hold on.
After they started hearing that. That's how they do.
It blew up. I was there. I'm gonna tell you how it happened. I was at the car wash, washing my vet in Singing Hills, and my phone rang. And my homeboy, shout out to my nigga Reggie D, fussing at me on the phone. Man, and I told him my plight. I told him, man, Skip got this record.
Yeah.
He don't want to play. He said, that nigga, bring it to me. Bring it to me and I'll work it through in the mix.
Yeah.
So that's what you heard. You never got in full rotation on K104, but shout out to Reggie D, shout out to my man Steve Nice, my man Hollywood, rest in peace to us. I mean, they would play it in the mix when they would be at the club and stuff like that, but not in full rotation, like 97.
Dallas on.
Oh yeah, and bro, was in full rotation
got a
everywhere.
nice song, and they won't even.
Boy, let me tell you something.
Come on, man.
Shout out to my man Boogaloo Boyer. Shout out to my man Devin Steele out there in Memphis, Tennessee. They had me in full rotation. I was in full rotation in Tyler, full rotation in Jabba Jaws. But come on, all over, but not at home. Not at home. And so, and I know. Me not being a prolific writer, rapper, and there was some here, Cottonmouth, you know, it was some niggas down here.
Shout out to Cottonmouth.
Yeah, and if they were not bringing you the hits, nigga, put them with some people. You got hookups. You know, you could have been a street A&R. You know, it's more than just like, you know how many people I done put this DJ with this rapper, this producer with this rapper with this producer, and they done made some hits.
You probably don't even remember how many.
For free.
Yeah.
For free. My nigga, I knew playing skills before any of them niggas knew playing skills. You know what I mean? I'm one of the first niggas to fuck with playing skills, my nigga. Yeah. Yeah. I remember the night they met Bun. I was there. You know what I'm saying? And then that probably led to the relationship to the Chameleon there.
Yeah.
I don't know for a fact. But I'm pretty sure that led to a relationship with the Chameleon there. They didn't have no songs until they hit that Chameleon there lick. So I always give myself a little.
That's why I say the city need people like you, man. We need a radio show with you doing that same thing you did years ago. Do it today.
I wish I could get it. I think that'll be too. The city's scared. The city's not afraid. The people in power are afraid of that. Everybody want that. You ain't the first person to say that. Bring the Dirty South Block Party.
Say, man, ready. K104, 97.9. Right now, Young Z TV telling y'all, bring BoBo Luchiano on. Yeah. Give him 2 hours like he had.
That's all I need.
At the end of 10 to 12.
I don't care when and what day.
10 to 12.
I don't care what day it is.
My boy say he'll take Sunday.
But they gotta give me some freedom. Well, you know, what's his name up there? What's his name? That Mr. Hit That.
Oh, yeah? Yeah,
I don't, he kind of do what we did, but, and if you notice that a lot of people we were the first ones talking crazy on the radio. People used to come to our station and be like, damn, Ken, we ain't out on your chin. If we ain't on your chin, if we on your chin, we got to be in your mouth. Shit like that.
That's
Skeeting.
What station he on? Hit That?
He on 104, I believe.
So 97.9. We need BoBo on 97.9.
They don't want to do that.
Come on, man.
They'll fire the city up.
Let's do it.
Me and my wife, baby, we'll fire this city up.
Let's do it.
We'll fire this city up, man.
Already.
And DJ Fish, we'll fire this city up, my nigga.
I'm for that, man.
But what we doing until they get off their ass and quit being scared? We gonna do we revamping our Hardy Del Party. We're gonna do what you're doing. We getting back into the media, and as we know, your kinfolk, the CEO.
Yes,
he's
sir.
helping me. He's being my big brother in the game, even though I'm older than him. And
Shout out to kinfolk, ECO.
Yeah, Gutter gonna mentor us both. I'm taking information from whoever to make me great. And then when what happens to me happens to the city, because my whole plight has been about the city. And see, I'm gonna tell you something I told somebody else. People don't know this. When I first had the idea of getting that radio show, when we was waiting, you know what we were thinking, right? You do know what we were thinking. Oh, this is an avenue to play our own shit. Because that's what Snake and them had done. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So this is the way we could play our own shit and get it heard to the masses. Yeah. And you know what the motherfucking white boy told me as I'm walking in to slog on the first day? Come here, let me tell you something like that. Oh, I forgot to tell you can't play none of your shit.
And that was your whole plan.
For 6 months. 6 to 8 months. I was like, yeah, this is what we're going to do. Oh, it's going to blow up, man. We finna do. You can't play any of your songs. I said, what? So, right then and right there, I said to myself, if I can't play my songs, I might as well help the city.
Right.
And my heart just changed because I mean the way I was raised was I've never been a selfish person. You know, even though, like I said, I've been a loner. I'm selfish with my food. You know what I'm saying, and my money and that type of shit. But as far as I want to see everybody shine. You know what I'm saying? Even playing football, I'm trying to see you shine. When, you know, I want you to be the best quarterback you can be. Yeah. I'm gonna be the best receiver I can be.
You want everything to be right.
To shine. Yeah, all that, man. I've always been like that. I was there. People don't know. I'm gonna tell you some history. Me and Darren Lewis, Tank Lewis, my man, free Tank, free Darren Lewis. That's my boy. Best running back ever. To me, he was the best athlete ever to come out of Dallas. Okay, ever. I might be biased because that's my homeboy. But Darren Tank Lewis, man, I was there the day they started calling them Tank. You know, because we played Little League football together for the Oak Cliff Cubs. You know, so shout out to all my niggas from the Cubs, man. But we were serious about football, and I wanted people to shine. And that's how I went into this music game with an athlete mentality. You know what I'm saying?
For the team.
Well, just aggressive for team. You know, what's the word I want to use? Just motivated. You know, and just you know, I had to, man. I'm just intense with it.
Yeah.
And so that was it, bro. Just
I feel you, man. Do you plan on getting back into the music industry, like find your artist or something to put out, mentor?
I do. Whatever? I wish I could, but this new generation. See, that's another thing. I want to answer your question. Yes, I want to. I want to, and I've tried before. But our old school mind, it's really not our mind. It's their mind.
Their mind. They got a whole different way of thinking.
Well, they got a whole different, and I can't knock them because we had a different way of thinking than our parents.
Right.
But
and not saying that their way of thinking is wrong. They might be right. We might got to listen to them too.
But if it was real right, we'd have somebody popped in this city besides Yellow Beezy.
Yeah.
Because if it was really, really, really right, we'd have. This is a mecca, man. Dallas is a sports mecca and a music mecca, but we're consumers. We like to buy and make everybody else famous. You know, we some dick riders. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. That's I had that to ask you, man.
We some dick riders, man.
Because we're trendsetters, but we let everybody take what we do and they like Soulja Boy script all Lil Will and them style.
I'm gonna tell you a story, my nigga, about that. I ain't gonna say Lil Will like that, but I'm gonna say on Lil Will. I remember one time my Dougie was popping.
Yeah.
Right? And right after I retired from the radio, right after Chad had died, I'm kind of down. And one of my buddies, shout out to Pookie with Urban South, he invited me to come to this event at, I can't even remember the studio. And he said, I'm going to interview you. It was kind of like a podcast type of thing. And so, but when I get there, bro, it's in such a big area. And there's people everywhere in here, all around. I'm like, damn, this ain't no. I'm thinking it's gonna be something like a one-on-one, maybe no more like 10 people there. Niggas probably about 100 people in this place. Yeah. I said, what the fuck? So I go, and he bring me on stage, and we do the interview in front of all these people.
Yeah.
Then he introduced a group. He said, yo, I got this group that's coming down here from California. Nobody ever heard of them. These kids, I want y'all to check them out. And them motherfuckers got on stage, my nigga, and started doing that. Teach me how to Dougie.
Oh, yeah.
I said. And it was them dudes.
Yeah. They came.
I looked, and you know me, because I know how they do our city, man. Yeah. I immediately got mad. Oh. I immediately got mad because I knew what was going to happen.
Oh, man.
And you saw what happened.
Yes, they made more money off of it than my boy Will did.
Yes, man. He did. And then if you ask people, like white people who don't know, about my man, shout out to my man Lil Will.
Yeah, that's my boy, man. That's my little.
You gonna bring it back? Hey, that's my nigga.
Hey, man, it's a story. I used to have a studio in the crib. You know, Lil Rook from
I know.
Lil Rook and Lil Will used to come knock at my door all the time, and they used to do songs in my house. You know, they done about 4 or 5 songs on my beats. You know, I knew them before they blew up. Them my little homeboys. You know.
You got history. Hey, hold on to them songs. You still got them.
Man, I wish I did.
Man,
I wish
we don't
I
even
did.
know what we be having.
I wish I did. Man, I did songs with ESG, Quint Black. I ain't got none of the songs, bro. None of them.
That's the shit. I mean,
computer got shot up in a trap, you know.
Living life.
Yeah.
living life. Like, fuck it, I get it back.
Yeah.
We don't know how important shit was going to be until we got old.
Right.
We got older, you know, so, yeah, man, and I watched that shit happen. You right, man, and that was fucked up. I knew what was going to happen, man. I almost went rogue up in there over that shit, man. I told Lil Will, I said, man, I came close to going to jail for you. And he didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
When I met him.
Yeah.
I said, man,
you finna fuck the whole show up.
Turn over the turntable, nigga.
Yeah.
Nigga, I was like, man, I was tired of niggas doing dollars like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then I visualized what was about to happen.
Look, Lil Spain, you know Lil Spain? Mm-hmm. It's the dude Lil Will performed the Dougie song with. He be behind Will doing the dance.
He might be.
He wear the white glasses with the tie. Shout out to Spain, man. Free Lil Spain if you ain't got out, man. Get at me if you have. Yeah. But Soulja Boy took his whole style. You can look at a YouTube video where he teaching them how to do the dance and all this. And I look at Soulja Boy now. I say, damn, this nigga done stole the whole Spain style.
I'm gonna say something to you that's gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna give you another header for you. You gonna clip this?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got another one for you. Me in my heart, I believe the baby. Excuse me, not the baby. Baby.
Lil Baby.
No, the nigga out of Carolina. What's his name?
The Baby.
Okay, him. Love his music. Mm-hmm. The motherfucker cold as ice. Mm-hmm. Give you your props, brother. But that style, the first videos he was putting out, and when he first came out, when we first started hearing him, that wasn't Lil Ronnie. Go back and listen. Go back and listen to the video. Look at the videos.
I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Man, that's Lil Ronnie, man. That's Lil Ronnie, man. That's Lil Ronnie, man. Tell me, nigga, they been taking our shit, man. Yeah. They been taking our shit, man.
Man, they've been scripting us for a long time.
Man, Lil Ronnie, shout out to Lil Ronnie, man. Fat Pimp.
Shout out Lil Ronnie. Fat Pimp.
That's Lil Ronnie, man.
Man, Fat Pimp, a real one, man.
A real one.
Yeah.
That's a family member.
Him and Lil Will, I called Lil Will. I was, managing of the dude. Lil Will came up here, jumped on the song. Boom. Yeah. Niggas didn't ask for nothing. Yeah. Fat Pimp came through. He say, man, I charged. Then I talked to him for a while. He say, fuck it, I'll do it for you. Yeah. I say, man, them some real cats, man.
Real cats, bro.
And real
cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, little Fat Pimp, we in the same family now. In our same family tree. I done married him to his family. Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Y'all family.
Yeah, we family.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Fat Pimp. Lil Will.
Shout out to Fat Pimp.
Lil Will, holla at your boy, man. We got to get that interview in.
Yeah, come on down, Lil Will. We got to support everybody, baby. And that's what I'm saying. If 97.9 don't get off the boo-boo, K104 don't get off the boo-boo, everybody want me on the radio. Everybody do.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody do. I know what's jamming. I know what ain't jamming. But I don't shit on people who ain't jamming. I try to give them some advice, man. Go do this, go tweet this, and go do that, and then bring me something back. Ask my boy Nino at the they just had this Dallas show with everybody on it at the south side of Lamar a couple of weeks ago. Pookie and Lucci.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
I was there. I was filming, and Nino was there. Mm-hmm. I walked by Nino. I ain't seen nobody in a long time, my nigga. Niggas see me, we lock eyes out. What's up, my nigga? Yeah. And niggas say, man, you first nigga play my song.
Niggas remember that, man. I'm telling you.
Know what he said? I said, do you remember what happened the first time? And he just started laughing. Because it was I would hold him to a certain standard coming to the radio station, because even Skip Cheatham started sending them to me because I would kind of get them ready for real radio.
Right.
If it wasn't gonna pop on my station, Skip wasn't gonna play it. Mm. So I really didn't want to take burnt CDs at first. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna bring it to me right. You know what I mean?
Show me you for real.
Make sure there ain't got no cussing on it. Mm-hmm. You know, that type of stuff. Be presentable when you walk in. Don't come here smelling like weed. It had that type of stuff. Even though we smoking downstairs afterwards, but just get ready for the next level of the game. And so the first time I played that Oak Cliff song, it had some cussing in it. And so I had this thing. And everybody knew me. I mean, I talk all crazy, but I say the same thing every time.
Yeah.
Just like the on your chin and shit. Everybody knew it. And they knew. I said, hey man, any cussing on here or anything ain't right, I'm gonna put you on punishment.
Can't bring it back for a while.
And I break that shit on air. Gutter, you know what I'm saying? Throw it in the trash so they can hear it.
That say it's really for the streets now.
Yeah, give them back to the streets. And so I did that. Because they had some cussing.
Already.
What happened was my wife had retired. Tell you what happened. My wife had retired because she had went off to go to school. So I hired this other little young lady, her name was Kitty Cat. Kitty Cat was doing the phones. And she had met some dudes. I think they're all from the same hood. Hot Boy Star, all them, and Nina and all them. And so she said, hey, I got these guys. They jamming. So she bought me the CD. They ain't got no cussing on it, do it, Kitty Cat? Yeah, it ain't got no cussing. It's ready. It's okay. And it had cussing.
It had cussing.
Pow! Broke it. Threw it away. So next Saturday, I didn't even let it get to the end of the song. As soon as I heard the first cuss word, next week, my phone rang. I don't recognize the number. I pick up. What's up? It's Bo Leg.
Yeah.
Bo Leg said, Bobo.
Shout out to Bo Leg.
Shout out to my nigga Bo Leg, man. I ain't seen you since you been home, man. I need to get up at you. I really need to get up at you. Well, anyway, it's Bo Leg. Bo Leg said, Bobo. Them my little niggas, man. I'm trying to help them. I heard about what happened. He said, I'm on that. He said, first of all, I'm on that song. I didn't even know it because he's on the end.
Yeah.
He said, I got it right for you. Will you give them another shot?
Well, he came at you real.
I said, Bo Leg, only because it's you. I got you. And then he brought that CD back to me that day, and I played it. And that's all this shit, Jam. Put it in the mix. Next thing you know, they went to #1 on my countdown. Next thing you know, it's blowing up. Next thing you know, boom, it's on. They playing it at Club Flow and all them other clubs like that. And next thing you know, boom, because DJ Drop was on my show.
That's the Oak Cliff song?
Yeah, that's
Oak
my
Cliff.
hood.
Yeah.
That's it. DJ Drop was on my show.
Yeah.
DJ Drop his name was DJ Yellow Boy at first.
DJ Drop had the van and everything. I remember.
Before that, yeah. When he was just switching his name from Yellow Boy to DJ Drop, he would give me my mixes. And he dropped his mixes off, and everybody knew DJ, so he was there. He was a part of the show. So I'm playing in Oak Cliff, that's my hood, in the club. What was that, Rhythm City, or what was the name of that place? Off of Norfolk Highway?
GG's.
No, Norfolk Highway is 35.
35.
Where the youngsters were wild and bucket music broke.
What was that back in the day?
Corey Clearcorn was throwing it. Where the Definition DJs blew everybody up at.
Damn, I can't remember the name of that club.
I can't think of that club, man, but yeah.
They done changed it so many times.
Was it Rhythm something? I can't think of it. Anyway, yeah, DJ Drop, yeah. Yeah, DJ Drop, and next thing you know, it's on K104. Next thing you know, it's on 97.9. Next thing you know, you hear my boy, Kid from Kid and Play talking about, oh, Clip, that's on Flash TV years later.
Already.
I first want to play Hot in Here by Nelly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Months and months and months. I broke Jeezy in Dallas. I broke Rick Ross, the biggest boss in Dallas. I broke all of Cash Money. Yeah. Because it was right when Cash Money was on.
Yeah, Cash Money used to come to, Dallas before they got hot. When they was first started with the BG and them Cash. Well, that's when BG was the nigga first.
Oh, I know them.
You know, I know.
I know them through Pimp now.
Yeah.
I don't know them, I know Baby and Manny.
Yeah.
I know Manny before he was with Baby. Manny was with a group called Gregory D. Gregory D and Manny Fresh, right? Gregory D was the biggest rapper out of New Orleans. And they were signed to the same management company that Nemesis and Ron C had. Kim Bahari and Phillips.
Mac did an interview. He said he was signed with Nemesis.
That's the one. Mac, I didn't even know. I met Mac at that townhouse he's talking about that was on Bourbon Street that Ernie Phillips on. I met Mac, but he was a little boy.
Yeah.
And then let me tell you something. I'm leaving the rodeo. The other day from Houston. I'm driving back. I happened to see an interview with him on the Ghetto Boys podcast. So I'm listening to it and I heard that same story.
Right.
And it blew my fucking mind.
Yeah, he said.
I called Snake, because he was with me at that. I was with him, excuse me. I was with Snake the Star at that time. I'm with Snake and I said, man, you remember the little boy Ernie and Kim used to have? He said, yeah, Mac. I said, do you know that's the same Mac from No Limit that just did all that time and was innocent? He said, no. I said, that's him. The nigga was prolific lyricist, man. Yeah. The nigga hard.
Yeah, that nigga was hard, or one of the hardest at No Limit.
As far as lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was. Everybody else was street. He was street and lyrical. It was him, Mystical, all them boys. What's up, man? What's up, Mac? Yeah.
Say, man, it was rumors back in the day. I ain't trying to bring nothing up, be messy, but I just wanted to, since you was close to Pimp, you remember the rumors that C Murder slapped Pimp C or punched him or something?
No, that was Master P.
Masterpiece?
Master P did that. Now Pimp and C Murder cool.
Okay.
Pimp and C Murder cool. Some chick, see, what happened was Master P had a great business strategy. To me, Master P, what really blew Master P up was he had the smartness to do Down South Hustlers Volume 1 and West Coast Hustlers Volume 1. But because what he did was he went and got the biggest rappers from the A-Ball and MJGs, the UGK. He rapped with them, so he got their fan base.
Right.
Very smart. Nobody had thought about doing no shit like that. So when Pimp went down there to do the Players from the South Stack G song, that's when they first met him. And then we do Break 'Em Off song. Then we do Kick Those, See Murder. Just and the relationship is building. And some things business-wise started being funny. Okay? All right? Some things business-wise started. I'm telling you, this is what Pimp telling me.
Pete wasn't right with that paperwork.
And then Pimp knew he had an end. Chad respected the fact of what he had done.
Yeah.
He could do nothing but that. Man, you walked in, you got your own situation going on, you own your masters. You did that. I was the big brother, now you big bro. I need you to help me. Right. I done did all this shit for you.
Yeah.
And when shit didn't go the way for Chad's satisfaction, how he thought it was supposed to go, he started dissing him.
Yeah.
He started dissing
he was hurt behind that shit.
He started dissing Master P on stage, and it went, one thing about Chad, he was not gonna hold his tongue, and he was fuck No Limit, fuck Master P, all that shit. UGK was doing a lot of shows. Word got back to Master P, right? And I don't know how they got in the room. Rumor is they knew somebody at the door and they had the key. I mean, at the front desk and had the key. They just walked right in the room on it. Oh, he called me right after it happened, so I know it happened.
Master P and them had a key to his room?
Walked in on his room after a show they had done. They had done a show, got back to the room, and then next thing you know, you in your room chilling. Next thing you know, 4 or 5 niggas with masks and guns come in your room. Damn. And they held them while P, he did that. That's a true story. Damn. Niggas don't act like they don't want to speak on it, but that shit happened.
Damn, that's fucked up, bro.
That shit happened. Yeah. And I mean, if he want to get mad, he can't get mad over that because he know he did it. I mean,
I thought they said that like Pimp, what's the name? C Murder broke Pimp C jaw. I don't know. There's be all type of rumors out.
No, none of that shit happened. Peter, C Murder and Chad were very tight. Still tight to the day he died. That was, matter of fact, Chad and Master P became tight again after that. After he got out of jail, and he was still on that fuck Master P shit for about a month. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And then, dealing with C Murder and dealing with just thinking about, you you got to practice what you preach. You know, you somebody talking about knocking doors down. Come on, man.
Yeah.
So he mended his ways with Master P, and I'm glad. Shout out to Master P.
Shout out to Master P
because I met him.
No limit.
I met Master P. The first night you was at Screwhouse. If you see this, the first night you was at DJ Screwhouse, I'm the BoBo. We all had just got tattoos.
Yeah.
That night. You know what it is. What's up?
Okay. Where was you at the time you heard Pimp C passed away? And how did you take that?
Come on, man. I was in my car, backing out of my driveway. I had a rear entry driveway, backing out. I was with my homegirl. Another one of my homegirls called me that knew both of us, and that told me, you know. And what was odd about it, a rumor had surfaced probably about 4 months before that, same thing. You know, Pimp C dead. No, come on, man, this bullshit. And so immediately, I'm backing out. We got the iPhone 1. I called Mama, and I put, hey, Mama, I'm driving down the alley. She said, yeah, baby, he dead. She said, yeah, baby, he gone.
You know it was real then. You heard it from Mama.
Yeah, but I just broke down right there, bro.
So he was in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, California.
They found him in a motel room.
Hotel room.
In a hotel room.
In a very expensive
hotel room. And they say it was drugs.
That shit with no drugs.
That's what I say, man.
That shit with no drugs, man. I don't want to speak on it.
Man, I know Pimp was.
I know what happened to him, but
he was talking about the Atlanta niggas.
That ain't had nothing to do with it.
I say, man, Pimp was speaking on a lot of people. It's probably
I know that's the rumor, and that's a way of thinking. And I'm not knocking people for thinking that, because you have to. No one really knows what happened, but the person who did it. Notice I say the person who did it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, I will firmly believe, and I hear shit. I got people close to the. I know. I can't speak on it.
I know what you're saying, man.
Yeah, I can't speak on it. Speak on it. But it wasn't. It ain't nothing nobody think it is, though. I promise you that.
Yeah.
I promise you that. It ain't nothing. Take all the shit that y'all thinking it is, Illuminati, the Baphomet. Take all that shit and throw it out the window.
Jay Prince, all that. Take all
Shout
that.
out to Jay Prince.
Jay Prince.
Jay Prince was not going to do nothing to Chad, who was about to make him a bunch of money.
That didn't make sense.
He was about to make
Jay Prince
a bunch of fucking money. And why would you kill your cash cow before he produced fruits of the labor? You know what I'm saying? So Jay Prince had invested a lot in Pimp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And time, effort, and it was time to start getting. Yeah. It's time for them seeds to start sowing.
Pimp came out the pen and was straight on top.
Yeah.
He put him in position to be on top.
Took that boy to the Bentley lot. Took that boy to Emmett. Got him iced up right.
Yeah.
That's Jay Prince, man. Shout out to Jay Prince and everybody over there rapping out, man.
Yes, sir.
That's the mob, man. Mob ties.
Man, it was a privilege to have you, man. You told me a lot of good stuff I didn't know, man. Shout out to BoBo.
BoBo Luchiano, man. Y'all keep a lookout. Like my man said, y'all want to blow up 97.9, blow up their hotline. BoBo Luchiano. Ask about me. They did South Block Party was hot, man.
I'm gonna tag them in this video, man. Y'all give my boy BoBo 2 hours.
That's all I need.
That's all we need.
That's all. And then the money ain't got to be just. Cause it ain't about money with me.
It's about the love, and then we're gonna show love to these local Dallas artists, because he gonna do it.
Yeah, but
it's gonna be better for the city.
It's got to be better for the city. But to be honest with you, like I said, that could be a part of it. But the fans got to get off the boo-boo. All us bloggers, podcasters, the media, we're gonna have to come together.
Yes, sir.
We're going to stop trying to incite so much drama within the artists in the city. We just got to come together, man.
Come together, man.
I want to have some type of coalition, man, where we come together. I'm talking to Baby. Baby got one going on, man.
You see the little homie, man, he got talent, but he don't got the money for the studio, man.
Yeah.
Man, put that boy in the studio.
Exactly,
that's the attitude we need to have around here.
Exactly. But the thing about it, they got to have the right attitude. The youngsters got to meet us in the middle.
Yeah.
Because we were a certain way, they were a certain way, we got to come together. You know what I mean? Because we ain't always right, and for sure, y'all ain't always right. Because if you keep doing the same thing, if you always do what you've always done, you're always going to get what you've always gotten. Remember, I used to say that on the Dirty South Block Party every week. So everybody say you keep doing the same thing, that's insanity. But if you always do what you've always done, you're always going to get what you've always gotten.
And that's real.
Don't expect shit else and don't expect nothing different. Take that and smoke that in your backwood. You know what I'm talking about?
That's real as it
gets. That's real, man. Let's smoke something, man. Put that out. Let's go.
BoBo Luchiano.
In your face. Wait a minute. BoBo Luchiano, YouTube, BoBo Luchiano, Facebook, BoBo Luchiano, Instagram. Y'all follow me, man. I mean, like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of shit happening for the city. It ain't all about me. Helping me is helping my man Zeke. Helping me is helping Boss Talk. Helping me is helping real life street stars. Helping me is trying to help the city. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm going to try to be a bridge between this younger generation, this older generation. We got to get this city where it needs to be. And like I said, it might not happen in our lifetime, but at least we know it's on the right path. You know what I'm saying? So shout out, man. Peace out, baby.
Real
Zeke
talk.
TV, baby.
Young Zeke. Yeah.